Hola!
Hello.
How we doing, pal?
I'm not too bad. Did you figure out how to do this puzzle yet? Puzzle that you're stuck on. I don't know what you'd call it, because it doesn't really seem like a puzzle, but it kind of is, doesn't it?
Oh, my pad's not working. Lovely! Mouse and keyboard it is.
I mean, let's be fair, it's not that different. What the hell did you do there differently?
Just, it was literally one thing that I needed to do, and I messed it up. So basically, do you see these yellow ones here?
Yeah.
I need to connect them to a white one to make the black ones bigger.
Yeah. They do get the water sound right though, like, you know.
Like the sloshing. Oh, I had it for a second there. I saw the cursor change. Come on. Am I just being thick here?
At the minute you're just rubbing a white dot.
Oh, that's what I call a white dot. Oh. So yeah, after the quite heavy episode last episode, we'll stay away from theology on this one, I promise. How are you doing, pal? We all right?
You can promise, but technically I wasn't promising anything. You could only promise for you. I promised nothing.
So, oh dear, Dex audio appears to have been replaced by one long Wilhelm scream.
For the whole episode.
Something I heard not that long back. Do you know Inception? How it's got that, you know, the music for it's like, and it's like really slow and impactful.
Yeah.
Just like another song but slowed down. I think it's on like the ending credits. Like, what the bloody hell? Let me.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Why are you not letting me?
Maybe because you're supposed to go to the big one. But yeah, no, yeah, it's because obviously when you go through something into another one, time slows down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's this one that's hidden somewhat. Come on, got you. Nearly had you there. There we go. Look at
Maybe you should have done that one first.
What? Deck, I'm so confused.
I think it was just bugging out.
Wait, hold on. But
Oh, there you go.
Why is that one not lit up though? Do I have to? Oh! Oh! Ah!
There you
Hey! Got it in the end. These look like complex hydrocarbons to me. Well,
I
don't know about
don't
you.
know.
Oh, look at this for a complex hydrocarbon.
These look like a lot of. This looks like a weird dot to dot to me, mate. It literally could be anything, and you could try to tell me it's anything, and I'm like, okay, maybe it is.
Me with my extensive knowledge on complex hydrocarbons and the like.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I've never looked in. I don't delve that much into like. I wouldn't say the sciences, because obviously, like, a lot of things are considered science or technology, or the vague, like, Venn diagram of both.
Umbrella terminology a lot does come under.
Yeah,
Like
so
science, doesn't it? Would you say that no one told you they'd be delving?
Who's delving?
Derek Ving.
That was awful.
Why is my pad not working? I'm just gonna put it down now.
Why did you go along with that? Usually you just talk.
Usually I just accept it and go, oh, deck.
Maybe you're missing a couple. Do they have any sort of reason or rhyme to them? Oh, okay. No.
Oh, I just need to click in the middle of it. Right, you are, governor. Give me a D. D. Give me an N. N. Give me an A.
Hey!
Looks like we're making some deoxyribonucleic acid here, pal.
It looks like a weird eyeball.
I'll show you a weird eyeball in a minute.
Is it Hypnotoads?
Oh, like, there's no way for you to know what I was actually doing there, but I was like giving you the stink eye physically through the microphone. Like I looked into the microphone and went for it.
I thought you'd be doing like that whole thing where you like hold your eyelid open.
Oh god, no. Get in there, you.
You know what's ridiculous though is that people's eye colour can change due to temperature and so on.
Oh yeah, and on the weather. My eyes change colour all the time.
Yeah, but if you say that to somebody, and I mean if you say that to somebody as in somebody who is dumb, and I mean dumb as in like they're not dumb by just a actual I want to say they by almost a clinical standard.
What you're saying is perhaps not dumb, just perhaps ignorant.
No, because you can't. Being ignorant and being dumb are two different things. Like you can be, like for example, I am ignorant when it comes to how to develop music because I do not know, or how to submit music to like copyright and stuff like that, and distribute it. I don't know. And
what the hell's a bass guitar?
Like, well, no, it's more like using equipment to design it and stuff, like, you know.
Look at me covered in amino acids.
Fair enough, Rich.
Yeah, what were you angling at, my friend? I'll let you finish. I'ma let you finish.
Well, basically what I'm angling at is saying being ignorant is one thing because you can be ignorant of a subject or a topic, and then being dumb is refusing to accept something despite there being factual evidence that something happened.
No, I think you can be ignorant and, you know, continue being ignorant once you know about a thing. Like,
no, because everybody's ignorant to, like, no, because that's more stubborn, isn't it? If you think about it, because being ignorant of something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are. It just means you're like being ignorant in this day and age just means you're uneducated about it.
Hey, my pad works again. Beautiful.
Fair enough. Maybe it just needed that sort of wake-up call. So yeah, it's like you can be ignorant and then you can be willingly ignorant, which at that point is dumb. Because then you're just being stubborn for the sake of being stubborn. So if I said that, if I showed you evidence that why somebody would say beating a child is wrong.
What? Why is that your example?
Because that is what they used to do. Because it's my example because that's what they used to do way back when. Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is a fair example, and it's something that we have kind of squashed out over time. But
yeah, for the greater good.
Yeah, but some people would still practice that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I suppose so.
And if I showed you like a thesis and multiple like psychology like researchers saying why this is a bad thing and this is and the impact that was weird. And let's say
I think it might be, you know.
What? What?
You all pop down there now. If I do that. Oh dear. So, for example, if I was to say to you, the sky is green.
Yeah.
And you were to tell me, no, it's not. It's obviously blue. And then I was to kick off about it, then I'd be being stubborn rather than ignorant. Because I'd have had the facts, but I just, chose not to.
Yeah, but obviously there are things that differ from that. Because obviously being colourblind and stuff, you can't tell what colour the sky is, per se. That's why I use something that obviously you can show willingly, regardless of the medium. You know what I mean? So you can show somebody written, you can show somebody that in sort of verbal form, and so on. And so that's why I chose that, because... And it's easier to show with logic than a clear-cut statement. But yeah, so... But the point still stands. It's a case of, like, you can be ignorant of something and not know. Like, for example, I don't know the average lifespan of a grizzly bear, like a brown bear.
Can't say I do either, but...
Yeah, but which it means I am ignorant on the facts about them. But if somebody informed me of them and I retained that knowledge, and then I willingly said, no, they don't, prove it, and you give me the average lifespan of one, and you showed me the outliers and stuff, and then I willingly said, no, they don't. They live for ages, or they don't live that long.
They live forever.
Then it's me being willingly ignorant.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's just it. So you can be educated on something, and that's fine. But being dumb it's more of a... It's not a...
lifestyle.
Yeah, kind of. Because I once said to somebody that my eyes sometimes turn green. They don't often. I'm not gonna lie. They don't turn fully green. Oh, that's how we
started on this. Yeah, I remember now.
I was getting to it. You just gave me a weird friggin'... Like, you just kind of veered me off down this weird path of logic just to explain to it. I'll get to my point eventually, Jesus. If you let me just run the logic and run what I was trying to say without diverting me, I'd get there straight away. But yeah, essentially, my eyes sometimes they don't turn fully green, but they have hints of green in them. And I said to somebody, "Oh, my eyes turn green sometimes." And then they stared directly into my eyes and said, "No, they don't." And it was like, and it was one of those things where you're just like, you're really dumb, because I've said sometimes, meaning it is dependent on a situation or some sort of conditions, and you've just said no. It's kind of like me saying, oh yeah, it's usually sunny at midday, where the sun is in the sky the highest, and on a cloudy day you looked up and went, no, it's not. You're just being thick. You know what I mean?
It's not. Wait a minute, it's not sunny at all. You lied to me.
Yeah, and it's like, what the hell is going on? What have you done? That looks like the weirdest thing imaginable. And what are these weird shapes?
I don't know. I think I'm, helping with the building blocks of life or something.
I thought there was some sort of microorganisms.
That on there, and then propeller on the back. Let's see how that goes.
sure that's... Which way's the back?
Christ knows, mate. Oh, I did it though. Yeah. Get out of here, other one. Just see it janking around.
Oh yeah, it was. It was like microorganisms and stuff. Oh, that's cool.
Like amoebas and such have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's outrageous to say that, you know, people's eye colour changes, because, you know, my eyes are blue when it's sunny.
Yeah. And some people's turn grey.
Yeah, and they're grey when it's cloudy. Somewhere in between when it's a bit overcast, like.
Yeah. But it's just like, you know. At least you can see my point of where being ignorant is just simply a case of being uneducated. It's kind of like how people are with culture sometimes.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, if I went to another country, because I want to go to Japan because it's a beautiful country.
Oh,
and
I've heard great things about Japan.
And the people are apparently very, like, genuine and courteous people, and they have a lot of respect, and so on. But I would want to respect their culture. Now I don't know their culture, but I'd like to learn it. But if I chose not to learn it, then, you know.
You know, that's on you.
Yeah, that would be me being ignorant or dumb.
Golden touch is missing, eh? How about this? Still sings, though its owner is gone.
See, I don't get that. Like, it still sings, but its owner is gone. I mean, the owner is the guy with the gun, isn't it?
The man with the golden gun, if you will.
You know what I wonder?
What's that, Paul?
Is that... And this isn't an existential thing, I'd just like to... I would like to know what happens afterwards. Like, because our universe, well, our concept of everything is that all of our creation and so on is still expanding after millions of years and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that seems to be the scientific consensus.
I'd like to see how big it gets. I know I won't ever see how big it gets because I'll be long gone since then, unless there's like ginormous friggin' advances in science. And I'm talking like monumental leaps forward.
Could keep going forever. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
hold on, I've got some text here. One sec, pal. This might answer your question. Probably won't, but it might. As the pull of gravity close together clouds of interstellar atoms, tremendous pressure builds and a fire is ignited. The star is born in a halo of dust, its belly full of hydrogen, helium and lithium, not oxygen. Inside, fusion digests this initial meal into progressively larger, heavier and more complex elements. Growing larger and heavier with iron, the star finally collapses and bursts into a supernova, unleashing a wind of rare heavy elements in its dying breath.
Fair enough.
That didn't answer your question at all, did it?
No, I did not. But yeah, I'd like to see how it goes, and I would also like to see. Now this is where it gets weird, because obviously, by saying this, in theory, I want all of humanity to die, which I don't, and everything on the planet, which I don't.
I'd like to put a disclaimer on here that Deck doesn't want any of those things to happen. Nor do I.
But I would like to see what happens to the Earth when the core is done. Because let's face it, our planet is kind of like an egg. Think about it, like it's got, and there's like heat in the center, obviously. But it's got to like this core, the Earth's core has to like cool down at some point, and I would like to see what happens after it cools down.
Probably fall apart.
But would it?
Well, yeah, because it cooled down, so it stopped spinning. I guess that's the, reason that the core spins, because it's so hot. So
No, but
if it go on.
I was just going to say it's because of the magnetism, and if the magnetism is in the elements that are in the Earth, then the core wouldn't be the parts that keep it going. It would just keep spinning, regardless.
The magnetic field comes from it spinning in first place. What did you call me?
But also, we don't. It would just mean that at that point, it means that all we would do is move to the other side of the planet, or the warm side of the planet, kind of like the moon, but the moon spins still. I don't think the moon has a core.
The moon doesn't spin; it's geolocked because of gravity.
Are you sure? I thought it rotates slowly.
Nah, positive. I'm a space nerd, you know that.
No, I don't know that. I don't think.
Oh,
I didn't think it was geolocked.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's why I like the dark side of the moon, never really seen it. So yeah, if it's if
the moon rotates exactly once every time it circles the Earth.
Is that it?
Yeah. One side of the moon always faces the Earth because of what's called synchronous rotation. That is, the moon rotates and spins on its axis the same length of time it takes to orbit the Earth. For that reason, our moon always has one side facing Earth, which we call the moon's near side. So from our position, we would only see one face of the moon, but from another position, I'm assuming we would actually see the other side of the moon. The moon orbits the Earth once every 27.322 days. It also takes approximately 27 days for the moon to rotate once on its axis.
Oh man, I was wrong. Fair.
I was going to say, I thought the moon rotated.
I didn't think it did. I suppose that would explain the tides, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But, so now, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? And since we know that now, it would still rotate. It would just rotate. I'd assume it would rotate incredibly slowly.
Yeah.
Possibly. I'm not sure. Because if our planet stops moving, technically means that the moon stops spinning. If I don't know, this is getting weird. Because I actually don't know.
It'd be a situation where and I'm basing this on, mainly sci-fi movie plots that I've seen. So, if the core of the Earth cooled down, then it'd stop spinning. It'd stop rotating the core.
Or we'd slow down incredibly, possibly.
So what that would mean is it'd weaken the magnetic field and, of course, the gravity field from Earth. I guess there's less, you know, force acting on it.
Yeah.
So then, oh, she's giving me a phone number again. Why do I look so pissed off?
But would that mean that at that point, like, what would happen to the Earth? And that's what I wonder. Like, obviously, we don't know. We can only predict what would happen. But it would be really interesting to see what would happen, like, from afar.
That's it. Like, it'd be a, you know, very interesting, you know, sort of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And hopefully by then we've moved off.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
at that point we would have had to.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Also makes you wonder, would it implode? Or would it... Because obviously something would have to happen. Like, there's never nothing happening in that sort of instance.
You never know. It'd take, you know, it wouldn't be instant. It'd take thousands, millions of years, which is relatively short, celestially speaking.
Mm.
I stand to be proven wrong, but I reckon, you know, as the gravitational pull weakened, you know, everything would just sort of drift apart because there's nothing holding it together.
And then the Earth would fall into the sun.
Basically, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. At that point, the sun's probably blown up. Who knows?
Or as the Earth's sort of gravitational pull weakened, it'd probably get, pulled towards the sun or pulled towards Jupiter. Probably its sun, because it's bigger and closer.
I have a question.
And hencher.
I have a question then for you to ponder. If the sun ends up turning into a black hole, yeah,
Oh yeah.
and a white hole is the opposite, is the connecting end of a black hole. Let's assume that is how it works. What connects them?
You know, some kind of interdimensional wormhole, I guess.
I mean, we don't know. But yeah, on that note, join us next time.
When we will walk into the light.
And we might question more of the universe. Most likely, yes.
It's one of those games that really gets you thinking, isn't it?
Even though it shouldn't, but yeah. But yeah, take care, have a good one.
Ta-da!